language on our path to a new primer, looking at part 2, still in chapter 3 of the primer guide. So reminder, just from what we were looking at earlier, that we're looking at the universals of language and looking at linguistics, the common elements for all languages, the basics of linguistics, and then we're going to be looking in the third part about linguistics and developing literacy primers. So just a reminder of our building a language. We have our building blocks. We have our sounds, phones, phonetics. Then we have sounds, our categories of sounds in language, and how those sounds together to make words, morphemes, or individual pieces of words have the same meaning. How those words together make phrases, clauses, and then how those sentences go together to create meaning and story. And so, we looked at the phonetics of sound and how the sound are grouped into how those sounds together start giving meaning. We're looking at quality. This is that the internal structure. So the first thing we look at the fancy called morpheme. And basically it means a meaningful linguistic unit that you divided into small meaning parts. So here, the word dog unit a morpheme in English language. So, and then we have the dogs. The word dog should have two morphemes. Dog, and this dogs. And the S on the end of dogs indicates plural. And that morpheme that S is an indicator for the language. So you put it there, and you get more than one dog. So the word is a single distinct element of feature type. So it's made out of more morphemes with dogs. So for example, we have which is one morpheme, and in this case, it's also a unique word. And then we have lucky, which is made up. So we have the word luck, and then the Y on the end in English indicates an adverb or a description of something. So we have sounds, syllables to words. So morphemes aren't necessarily syllables. So like the word dogs is one syllable, but it has two morphemes in it. But we can also have words that have like looked, L-O-O-K-E-D. So the E-D, and that's still one syllable to one word. So for example, we have the sounds B, A, E. Now, if you're an English speaker, you say, no, that's an E and that's an I. But we're going to be using the phonetics. This is the phonetic symbol now, and the phonetic sound that goes with it. So B, A, E. And then we're going to have syllables with those. B plus A equals bay. B plus E equals B. And then you add those syllables together, and you get baby. Now in English, we would see it written this way. Written this way is the sound phonetic writing for the word English word baby. And so that now has the A and B. They have separate meanings, and they're just baby as distinct meanings. So the different syllables become when we look at using literacy primers in our breakdowns and things. So a syllable is a unit of pronunciation having one vowel sound with or without surrounding consonants, forming the whole or a part of a word. So The simplest syllable is just a vowel. So we have the a or a, about, apart, even. So this, or even the word a that goes is a syllable on its own. But so these are separate syllables in these words. That it's just a vowel. We have what we call an open syllable. And this is we have the vowel on the end of the syllable, so it's kind of open. Ah, because remember the vowel sounds are open sounds in the throat. So like the consonant vowel, like an umbrella, la being the um, consonant vowel. In fact, in an umbrella we have all three of our types of syllables represented. But so there are the two consonants together in a vowel, da, or the three consonants in a vowel. I can't say this. Gets out of my comfort zone here. Four consonants in a vowel, but these are actual syllables in a language. We have what we call closed syllable, like consonant, vowel, consonant. So like cat, consonant, vowel, consonant. Or so you have any group of those, like vowel consonant, where the vowels in at the front of this syllable and the consonants at the end and begin here. Those are closed syllables. It becomes really important when you're looking downwards to know how those syllable groupings go, and that's where your language experts come in to help you. We have different types of words: noun, person, a place, or a thing; a verb, which shows existence, action, or an adjective, modified noun, verb, modified verb, a preposition, a verb or word used for a noun or pronoun to read it to another part of the sentence. So in English, it's like, he went to the store. To the store is a preposition phrase. So each language will have these different types of words, how they're represented in the language. So that was our word morphology. And now we're going to take, how do we take the words of individual words with meaning, again, to group into for greater meaning. This is called the grammar, the study of how words and their component parts combine to form sentences. We have the syntax, and that's the facts about the grammatical arrangement of words in a language. We call the syntax. And the semantics is the study or science of meaning in language. So just because words are grouped a certain way, they may have more than one meaning in a language. And so you have to determine the meaning based on the context that's happening. So word order is very important for languages. For example, in English, we have subject, verb, object. We have SVO. So John, the subject, hit, the verb, the ball, the object. And so that's our basic word order for when we're creating sentences. Now in Hindi, the word order goes subject, object, verb, SOV. The child, the song, sang. And so, like if you were translating from Hindi to English, you would have to say the child sang song. So the word order, the order in Hindi, the child, the song, sang. The verb, subject, object. So the verb goes at the beginning of this, then the subject and object. Hit John the ball. So in this case, English meaning is John hit the ball, but in Arabic, this is how it would be written. We have other word orders: verb, object, subject, object, verb, subject. Every permutation of those three is in some or in different languages around the world. Then we have the free word order. Example, Latin or Greek. For example, the dog bit the man. So, and this is the English word order. And each word is something on the word determines what part of speech it is. So here's dog, man, bit, but it still means the dog bit the man. Here we have dog bit man. Okay? And so, but this, so that has meaning. Here, dog, still, it means the dog bit the man. You can see here we just have different word orders, different ways they can go, but it all still has the same meaning. The dog bit the man because the different sentences and parts of sentences. And then we get into what we call discourse, where that actually begins to create communication and meaning. So verbal expression in speech or writing. For example, Genesis 1, 1 to 3. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. So now we have to start to have meaning to what we're doing. So just remember, when we're building a language, all these pieces go into it for every language in the world. So your assignment is, so in your first language, what is the common word order? I'd like you to write this in the class comments. So what, subject, object, verb, or whatever, and give us an example of a sentence in your language and then the English equivalent of that. I'd also like you to show an example of a root word and then that word with a morpheme that changes the meaning of the word in your language. And if it's English, that's fine. If it's not, then give an English translation for us so that we can all understand together.